What does happiness really look like when you live in the happiest country in the world? I spent 30 days living in Finland, not as a tourist, but like a local, to find out.
This area is built in the 70s, and in 2017 we started painting these walls, and everyone started to ask, like, how did you get the permissions and the funding? And I said, like, I don't have either of them.
For a capital city, I actually find Helsinki to be very quiet.
I think as a consequence, on the weekends, a lot of Finns disappear to their summer cabins.
The mushrooms are rated from those that are edible from 1 to 3, and this yellow hapero is 3-star mushroom that is quite splendid.
So that's typical for you.
Yes.
You will just go in for a quick dip like that and
Yeah.
not even like a minute.
Maybe it's some kind of routine or ritual. And of course, when I do it in the winter, then there's a big effect.
Now we're in the forest. It took like less than 10 minutes and now you can already enjoy the nature.
Yeah, going straight from a very commercial area to then the neighborhood to now just the woods.
Exactly, yeah.
Here's a new development. There used to be some government buildings. I don't know even what they were for, but some sort of offices, quite ugly, and they were torn down.
You have access to all of this, like these little gardens and stuff?
Yeah, every house has like a small plot of land. That's like ours is like there. That's like the best part about living here.
Are you guys happy?
Yes.
Are you happy living here?
Yes.
Posti, hyvä, ota heitto.
Did my experience in the world's happiest country make me any happier? Watch to the end to find out. There are a lot of places around the world where art and entertainment are only accessible to an elite few. But in Finland, it seemed that this wasn't the case.
Do you feel like Helsinki is like a low-key, underrated hub for art and culture?
Yeah, things are definitely small here compared to cities like Berlin or whatever, big cities in Europe. It's much smaller events, but I think it's not to say that the quality isn't there.
When I walk around the city or see something beautiful, I always take something as inspiration.
Luckily for a city like Helsinki, there are certain people who've made it their mission to make arts and entertainment free for everyone. Jaakko Blomberg is a community organizer and one of the leaders behind Helsinki Urban Art, an association that seeks creative ways to use urban spaces and solve societal problems through arts and culture.
How often do you have events out here?
Well, now we have usually like the openings, like every 6 weeks, and then we have like sometimes like some meetings or artist talks or workshops.
Okay.
So it varies, but like this summer it has been mostly openings. We have been quite busy with the events.
Together we walk through East Pasila, a neighborhood dominated by drab, Soviet-style buildings constructed in the 1970s. In recent years, Helsinki Urban Art has invited street artists from around the world to breathe color into these gray facades.
This area is built in the 70s, and they had this idea of like having the cars on the lower level and the pedestrians on the higher level. That's why there are like a lot of staircases and ramps and this kind of walls like here. And then I was thinking like it would be cool to make it like a street art area, and in 2017 we started painting these walls, and since then we have been busy with that. First we were kind of inviting artists to paint, but nowadays it's actually more that people kind of ask us like, can I come there and paint?
Oh, you guys have like a reputation.
Yeah,
so people are
so
like, when they come here to Helsinki, like if they're from abroad or something, they're like, we want to go and do something here.
Exactly. And then, so that's why we have like a lot of artists from different countries. And for example, this is made by Slava Peterka from Russia. So this is actually his feeling now when the war started. So he was like living here for a few months and like of course, like if you're against the war and you're kind of have to leave your country, so you're kind of alone in the ocean, so to say.
I'm just kind of curious if you could talk about how you wound up getting so involved in the arts, music, cultural scene here in Helsinki.
Well, actually it started so that like maybe like 13 years ago or something like that. I was just thinking that I want to do something meaningful. And I just found out that there's no way to do it, like in a work life, for example. And then I just thought, okay, I will just start to do it. And first it was like totally volunteer thing. And then I kind of thought, okay, this is actually fun. I want to do more of this. And then slowly it evolved like to like part-time work and then full-time work. It started to grow and grow, and then I started to hire people. And but like it's still more kind of a lifestyle for me. But I think this is also important, that you kind of just like don't think about too much about the money, but just like do what you want to do. And then when you have this passion, then you will kind of do good things, and people also notice that, and they want to support that. Yeah, he was also just visiting Helsinki and wrote me if he could paint something here.
Who are these people that were painting?
I think it is actually his like self-portrait, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But what I also like in this area, because we kind of don't ask for sketches, because we are kind of, this is not like a commissioned project. So most of the street art or murals is actually quite boring nowadays. You know, it's just repeating the same patterns and same pictures, but like here you can see all kind of stuff. And I think that makes it also this area much more interesting.
A project of this scale doesn't just happen overnight, but Jaakko knew he had to start somewhere and was willing to take a risk to turn his vision into reality.
I wrote a press release saying that this area will turn into a street art area. And the media started to write about it. And everyone started to ask, like, how did you get the permissions and the funding? And I said, like, I don't have either of them. But now it's much easier because like people like the idea.
Yeah.
And it's already like publicly said.
You don't ask for permission first, you just ask for forgiveness later.
Exactly. Because like, you know, I like to do things that like make sense. And this makes sense. So it's really hard for the city to be against it because they have no reason to do it. So if they would say like, no, we don't want art in this area, and everyone would be like, why? Of course we want art in this area. This summer we set up a residency for 6 months. So we have people mostly from Baltic countries and Nordic countries, because the money was aimed for that. But we have also visitors from different countries, all over the world. So we had like one guy was from Hong Kong, he just left. And now we have from Colombia. So it's like really wide scale.
That's cool. So what's your name? Iwan, okay. And you're from Ivan, and you're from, you told me you're from Cali.
Yo soy de Cali, Colombia. I'm from Cali, Colombia, sorry.
Right. And so how long have you been here for this residency?
I've been just 1 week and I have 1 week left.
Okay. And is this the main piece of art that you've been working on?
Yeah, this is the first one. Those are some birds from my city, because my city is one of the a large of species of birds. And this is a hummingbird and this is a bird. And maybe, I'm not sure, but I will paint in this wall another thing, some farmers from Colombia. And I always want to paint like something that realize that we are a special country, and something that maybe show some our identity to the world.
And so how would you describe the experience of being here in Finland? You know, like they're considered like the happiest country in the world. I'm wondering if that's something you've felt for yourself while you've been here.
Yeah, it's quite different from where I'm come from. It's really, I don't know, quiet and peacefully. And of course they have an amazing city with everything, with a lot of kind of transportation, and citizens are really good citizens. But for me it's a little bit quiet. I must get used to the chaos of the Latin American people and our environment. So it's really nice. I'm learning a lot, and I'm knowing more people from the street art, you know. When I'm travel, I'm always realize that we are like a family, street art artists around the world, and that's is the same feeling here.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's really amazing that you have like all of this, like even these other spaces. Now, were these done by other residents as well?
Well, actually, this one was done during our art festival in 2020. He's actually from Brazil originally, Ninja. I think one of them was like in a residency, and one of them was just visiting Helsinki and asked like if she could paint here. So this is actually like how, like I said, mostly now it happens. People just come by and
it's just word of mouth now. Like people just know, and
yeah.
Do they contact you directly, or just anybody that they can find affiliated with, your?
Well, it depends. Like sometimes, like they have heard about me from someone, and then they contact me. Or sometimes they just write us on Instagram or something.
Right. How much do you think the art, like this culture of art that you have here, adds to, I guess, like the level of satisfaction or contentment or happiness that people might have here in the country?
Well, I think it infects quite a lot, and like for also this area, actually there were like some research about the feeling of safety here, and it was quite low before we started doing this art, and when we then did this art, like after that, it was kind of felt like much more safer than most of the areas. Because when you have art, you have a totally different feeling. Like this kind of gray corners, they might be a bit scary, but if there's some art, you don't think that there's something scary.
So generally speaking, would you say you're a happy person?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean like, I really enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy my life here, and I enjoy making people happy.
The outer edge of Helsinki is a neighborhood that feels more like a village than part of a big city.
I'm here in the neighborhood of Kappala, correct me if I'm wrong there, and they have this annual event. It's like a celebration of summer here, and it's cool because there's all these people out, people from the neighborhood, neighbors getting together and chatting with each other. You can really feel like there's a sense of community here in this particular area. You were telling me like this neighborhood is kind of like being in its own little village, but still close enough to the city. You're still part of the city, but you're kind of like not in it, right?
Yeah, it's in a way its own idyllic bubble, kind of. People have their gardens and little yards, and so it's really nice.
You guys have that too at your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have apple tree and
that's cool.
things like that.
Oh, that's nice. So you guys you have like fresh apples. You can make like apple pie and things like that.
We just picked some apples yesterday, so we're planning on making some jam.
Oh my gosh! Can I pay you for some? I'm like, I'll buy some art and some jam. That would be kind of good. That would be nice.
Happening at the very same time as that neighborhood block party was the neighborhood flea market. During the summer, you'll find pop-up markets like this all over Helsinki. They're not officially sanctioned by the city, rather they're organized organically by residents.
I think like especially in our neighborhood here in Käpylä, it's like, well, we were just carrying like our things like secondhand, and then the neighbors saw us and like then they gave us a ride here because we had so much to carry, and like especially in this kind of neighborhood, I think the community is like really important.
This is quite common here, right? These types of like flea market, rummage sales, people just setting up their stuff, in parks or public spaces during the summertime.
Yeah, it's really common. Like in Helsinki, there's many parks where like every weekend there's something going on like this, and so it's really cool. And the summer season in Finland is so short, so like everybody gets crazy in the summer because it's like 3 months long or something.
Yeah, and different, like even in Capula, like there are different like housing complexes have their own flea markets during summer, so it's not like super unspoken of. Like for example, there is for this street there is a separate flea market day, right?
And next to Lippakiska, it's almost every week. I think
there's
every
some
Saturday
events
there
like
is.
kiosk, happening. So not totally unspoken of, especially during summer, but like this specific event is only once a year. But like there are similar events, especially during summer. People have their holidays.
And I also think that Finns live from these kind of small events. That it's very important for Finns to have during the summer and like small events where they can meet other people, and it's the atmosphere is more kind of freeing.
And you guys live here, you two specifically.
I live just next part of the town.
We live in this house.
Okay.
He's my brother and he lives like 2 kilometers away.
Okay.
I live
So
like
you-
500 meters that way, but like in this area.
Okay. And then you live here too?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
her.
they are a couple. I'm just weirdly in between.
How many bedrooms is your house?
2.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Their door is on the other side. Oh, you brought them both?
You have leashes for your cats?
Yeah.
Do you take them for walks like dogs?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, really?
We go every evening.
Like I think most people just let them run widely, but because it's like more a crowded area, it's safer to like keep them on leashes.
And people get nowadays. I think more people are like they get quite angry if they see cats like without the leash walking alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not that. Like,
It's kind of frowned
accepted.
upon because they kill the birds stuff.
I mean, this one looks like it's already on the hunt.
It likes to eat the grass for some reason. It's not so much hunting as like grazing.
And this whole area is all you have access to all of this, like these little gardens and stuff.
Yeah, every house has like a small plot of land. That's like ours is like there. That's like the best part about living here.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
So is this yours too? This like.
Yeah, this is us, and then that there. There's a couple of apple trees.
What's his name?
Bao.
Bao.
Bao and Tao.
Bao and Tao.
It's like Bao fun. You know?
Oh yeah. This is very nice.
Also, once a week we have a like sauna for everybody.
Oh yeah.
So for example, she lives like few buildings away, but we met in the sauna every Sunday for all the people from the same area.
Do you pay for that? Do you have to pay
No.
for access, or is it part of like your?
No, it's part of like we have our own like mitä minä sanon saunavuoro.
Our own time slot for the sauna also.
Yeah, but then there is one which is for everybody once a week.
Oh, okay. So like for the whole community too.
Yeah.
People can kind of mix
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
see.
is an interesting concept going into a room naked with your neighbors
Yeah.
once a week.
Oh, you guys just go naked. You guys don't.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You don't do like just swimsuits or anything.
Yeah, for us that's weird.
Really?
The swimsuits.
And is it mixed gender?
No.
Yeah, this is Finland. Just weird communists keeping cats in leashes. The secret sauce of happiness.
So, would people in this quaint little neighborhood right on the outskirts of Helsinki say they're happy?
I'm very satisfied.
Oh, you're very,
Yeah.
very satisfied.
Yes.
Okay. Why? What makes you satisfied in life?
There's a lot of peace in my life, and everything runs smoothly.
I was stuck like inside for a long time and feeling like mentally stuck as well. But then just messaging like, oh right, this event is today, and then they were like, hey, we're here like selling our stuff, come here, and then that made me really happy to come see my friends. And otherwise I would have been like, it's super nice to have friends living in the same area.
For a country made up of people who are generally reserved and quiet, Finland makes a point of having spaces where they can gather, be together, in one another's presence.
neighborhood.
Okay.
This is Punavuori. This used to be working class and sailors and brothels and kind of a scary place.
This is Pauliina Seppälä. From community events to communications, Pauliina is a generalist of sorts. A jack of all trades, really, who does a little bit of everything in Helsinki.
And next to this was the kind of the capitalists and the owners. And this was the kind of poor neighborhood and working class. And then it gentrified. First this became like the party place, like 1990s, 2000. And now it's like totally families and nice restaurants and all that.
Okay. I spent some time with Pauliina to get a sense of what day-to-day life looks like for Finns living in one of the densest neighborhoods of Helsinki.
We have a car now, it's there, but we lived here most of our life without any car, because you don't need a car.
All right.
Because, you know, the shop 24 hours is there, there's restaurants here, and we have kids, but they are now older, but they just used to walk a few blocks to primary school, and nobody takes their kids to school by car. I mean, very few do. In this neighborhood, we are kind of central, but at the same time, not central, so that for example, I go to the grocery store in my pajamas.
Okay.
And I go swimming in just like a robe and that kind of thing. So it's not so central.
Right.
But at the same time, there is like really nice restaurants and things here. And I tend to like that kind of combination.
Okay.
That you have some kind of luxury thing, like really, really nice things. But at the same time, you can be like very, very down to earth and relaxed and casual.
Right.
And that combination, I don't know, I really like that combination.
Yeah.
That you can kind of have both in the same place.
Do people know each other in your neighborhood? Like, do you know your neighbors at all, or do you kind of keep to yourselves?
We kind of keep to ourselves. I think it's not a good thing. We have like a really nice inner yard also. There's like a grill and the barbecue thing and swings and all that. Only families with small children use it.
Okay.
Everybody else don't. Whenever there are some like people with their friends there, it's normally some kind of immigrants, you know, who are more social. So there is kind of a little bit too much privacy, I think, in our lifestyles.
Yeah.
People love privacy and they love nature, but then being social can be also like a source of happiness. And I think we have this, that government takes care of everything. Like, you know, I don't help elderly neighbors.
Okay.
Government, they do it all. So it's something in between might be good.
Right. Okay. So so that's one of the downsides of the over dependence on the government, is that it's just they'll take care of it and we don't really have to get too involved with it.
The good thing is that you don't have to be reliant on people who might abuse you or something. Like even and when you get social insurance, it's for individual, not like for family or anything.
Okay.
So everybody can be independent of anybody else.
Okay.
But then again, the same networks that you can be independent from could be a really nice source of social life and security.
Okay.
But here it's like there is snow on the street and some problem, and everybody's just, whose responsibility is this? It's the kind of city's responsibility. So nobody does anything.
Oh. Okay.
We don't just go and, you know, shovel it or something, but.
Right.
And I don't know what it's like in other places, but now we have like lots of elderly people in Finland. We are one of the first to reach that kind of pyramid where
the old is outnumbering the younger generations.
Yeah, and that's kind of a problem like in Japan and Italy and also Finland. And lots of the elderly are lonely, so we have like publicly paid friendship service. And I think, okay, but I mean,
like somebody is a voluntary worker and voluntarily going as a friend, I think it's okay, but surely it would be nicer if they had real friends.
It's not, yeah, I mean, it kind of takes the, like the genuineness out of it, right? Because it almost is like a obligation or like kind of work or something rather than just true friendship, which is just you're there without any expectation of anything in return.
Yes, but there's something about the social fabric. I know that everywhere it's eroding somehow. I don't know if that's the right word, but being erased because of the products we use and all the apps. But I think in Finland we have that problem maybe even before all that.
Right.
That the social fabric could be more livelier and all that. But that's maybe the only problem, the only real downside to our system, I think.
Okay. So that's typical for you.
Yes.
You will just go in for a quick dip like that and not even like a minute. It's just get in there and get out.
Yeah. It's maybe some kind of routine or ritual kind of thing. And of course when I do it in the winter, then there's a big effect to the body, even like euphoric effect. But then now that the water is not very cold, it's just a ritual.
Okay.
And this is like half a kilometer from my home, so like 15 minutes walk. It's not like exercising or anything, but it's just like really nice to get out of the house and come here and plunge and then here people often talk to each other. People often talk to each other in public saunas and in places like this.
Places like Paulina's neighborhood are the rule, not the exception in Helsinki. Well-designed streets and public transport make life, and perhaps the pursuit of happiness, a little bit easier for everyone in Finland. To get a better sense of why this is, Pauliina connected me with Timo Hämäläinen, a blogger and urban planner who works for the city of Helsinki.
You live here, right?
Yes, I lived here for 20 years.
Okay.
So, yeah, I feel like I'm stuck here.
We went for a stroll around Kallio, a historically working-class neighborhood in Helsinki that's evolved into one of the city's most vibrant and busiest areas.
Here's a new development. There used to be some government buildings, I don't know even what they were for, but some sort of offices, quite ugly, and they were torn down, and these new office buildings slash apartments, hotel buildings were put here. So I think IBM moved their Finnish offices here, and there's a new hotel concept and some student housing. And then this street, Portaanin Katu here, where the tram tracks go, this is one of the streets that will see some changes with the summer streets or the Kallio Loop project. I think mainly to kind of take out the parking and extend the sidewalks so you could have some more space for parklets and terraces or greenery in general along this street. So should be good for foot traffic and for businesses.
Okay.
This here is an interesting part. There's basically two parks here. It's cut off by this street. At least my idea, and I hope we'll implement that, is this section will be cut off from traffic, so you could combine the parks to get two sides of the park together to have like one bigger park. Because now it doesn't make any sense that you can drive through. And another thing is, I would like to see something done is this gravel field, where it doesn't have any point or any use.
Maybe add some grass here or something, more greenery.
Yeah, or like a stage or something. There was, after COVID, we had this, of course, the same thing as everywhere, that you couldn't stay inside a lot, but you could stay outside. So the city gave a lot of permits for bars and restaurants to have bigger terraces somewhere so people could sit outside instead of being outside. One of the business owners here, he had an idea that he wanted to put a terrace in this spot, and the city said yes, and it was immediately so much nicer, this whole thing. But this is only for one summer, and after that, the administrator, like those people who give permits, have said no, we're not gonna give it again because this place is reserved for events, but you don't really see that many events happening here, and I don't see why they can't coexist. Maybe with this project we can bring that back as well, because then you'd have some more reasons to be in the park. Anyway.
Yeah, more activity.
Yeah.
You could get more like local event organizers to want to utilize the space more.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, this street we're going to turn here is Vaasankatu.
Okay.
Which is a street that we think could be fully pedestrianized, because it's a very popular bar street. 10 years ago, there was an experiment to make it a pedestrian street, but that failed quite bad, because the only intervention that was done was to remove the cars, and then the street was just left how it is.
Yeah.
So it didn't really feel like a pedestrian street in the sense that there was no place to sit anywhere. These things that kind of make this barrier between the sidewalk and the street are, you know, psychologically quite strong to keep people on this side and not go on the middle. So I think if we're gonna make it a pedestrian street, we should get rid of those to have it like one even surface, so people would feel like it's okay to walk everywhere.
Because those barriers and even just the way that it's constructed right now kind of makes the street, and with all the cars, it makes the street feel a little bit narrow.
Yeah.
But then if you got rid of those barriers, the cars were gone, it'd feel like there's more space.
Yeah.
And there's already trees here too, which is nice.
Yeah. It's a nice street, and the scale of the street is quite nice too. It's not so super wide, as many streets in Helsinki are quite wide, because Helsinki is a relatively new city. It's only kind of really built starting from the early 19th century, when the Russian Tsar moved the capital of Finland here to Helsinki. Was Turku, that was more in the west earlier, and then he had these grand designs made where you have the center square with the big white church, so forth. And during that times, these wide streets and everything was a big thing. So it kind of became a thing of the city.
Overall, how would you assess Finland, or just Helsinki in general's commitment to designing more urbanist spaces or urbanist environments in the city compared to like other cities around Europe and even around the world?
I think there is a commitment now, and there's been a big kind of change in terms of attitude in the past 15 years, where people also want to live more inside the city, and the city's administration has kind of realized that as well, and there's big efforts to build new, more urbanistic neighborhoods. But at the same time, I feel like we kind of lost the culture of how to make really nice, dense neighborhoods, so that they feel the same as when you're around here. Obviously, these grow over time, so if you make it completely from scratch, it never feels exactly the same, but still some qualities of living in a dense neighborhood that we're still having trouble of implementing those in the new ones. So there's still a learning process on the way. And now that I work for the city, I see it more that inside that there is this ambition to do things, but of course it takes time to change everything.
Right.
Now this here is an interesting square. The real name is Vaasanpuistikko, but the unofficial name that everybody uses is Piritori, which means like amphetamine square or speed square. And it's known as a place where, you know, a lot of the drug trade happens, and the junkies are a little bit hanging out in this area. Right now it looks quite chill. And there was a big renovation now done. It only opened this summer, so now it looks quite nice. It used to be a little bit more, boring in the sense that there was none of these. The trees were here, but none of these other plantings, and there were none of these artworks, and the surface was just asphalt, more or less. And now it's a lot nicer. When people think bad about this neighborhood, they think about this square. So when they come out of the metro station or pass by here, there might be some of these junkies who are hanging around and drug dealers. And then they have this idea like, oh, it's a terrible neighborhood. But even though this happens here, it's never like dangerous. At least I've never felt during these 20 years that it would be dangerous or there'd be any kind of threats. Of course, this is just my perception. It might be different for other people with different backgrounds. But I think nothing really ever happens.
As I mentioned to you, I'm trying to just understand why this country is considered the happiest country in the world. And so first, I kind of want to know from your perspective, do you feel that's an accurate representation, or is happiness too strong of a word to kind of describe the culture here in Finland?
Yeah, I'd say people are happy here in wider terms. Of course, we have some internal disputes and processes going on where people don't like, for example, the government is now doing a lot of cuts on public spending, and then people feel that their life becomes more insecure. But I think in the bigger picture, still, Finns are quite happy. It's always hard to say when you live here, been here, like what contributes to the happiness. But there's one, a friend of mine, he's not from here, but his analysis was quite good. Of one of the factors was that in Finland there are no big expectations for people. That I mean, like for example, it's not like when you grow up, it's not like your parents are all the time like, oh, you have to study that, you have to do that, you have to get married by that time, and every time you visit family there'll be someone asking like
when are you going to get married, when are you going to have kids?
Exactly. And this doesn't really exist here.
Why is that?
Much? I don't know. But I think it's quite true that there are no big expectations for people, and then mostly everyone has the opportunity then to do what they want because of the free education and other welfare support, that you can still kind of get go towards your dream of what you want to do when you grow up. So I think it works quite well that no one's pushing you, but when you want to do something, you have the support of society to do whatever you want to do.
In America, most people live in fear of being one accident away from financial ruin. But in Finland, that kind of fear just doesn't exist. No one probably understands the contrast between these two cultures better than Anu Partanen. She's the author of the 2016 book, The Nordic Theory of Everything, in which she details her experience living in the US for nearly 10 years in comparison to life in her native country of Finland, which she moved back to after having a daughter.
Life is just so much more manageable for us here. In the US, my husband and I, we were both entrepreneurs or self-employed. And we paid ourselves for health insurance.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. It's so complicated, difficult, expensive, and it's still, you can manage maybe when you're young and healthy. But then when I got pregnant, and we actually contacted a health insurance broker, and he immediately was like, oh yeah, you have to take, this insurance that costs you $2,000 a month. Because if you have complications during labor, and if the child has to be, intensive care unit, or I have to be, then the costs are going to be exponential. So you have to have this insurance so that it covers everything if something happens. I mean, if you have a great employer, of course they might help you with it, but I think people still have to pay a lot. It's very complicated. So here it's
paid for by taxes, and we don't really have to do anything about it. And when we need, we call the public healthcare system.
So how often are you getting out to just bike? I mean, just do you bike every day during this time of year?
I'm on a car, so mostly I ride the bike every day. In the winter, I do use the public transport as well. When my daughter got too old, she used to be here, like in a child seat on my bike. And now she has her own bike, she's 7 years old. But we also got an electric bike where there's a seat at the back where she can sit until she's basically a teenager. So we use that a lot in the winter.
Okay. Was it easy for you to pick up back where you left off when you moved here with friends?
Yeah, really easy. I think that was partly the strength of the approach, that everybody hangs out with the people that they've known for 30 years, because now my best friends are the same ones that were before I left, even though I was there for 10 years. But the people that I met in college or even in high school, or even earlier actually, my best friends, some of them I met when I was in 6th grade in school. So
oh, wow.
I guess I'm a living example of the Finnish friendship model, that even though I was away for 10 years, then people would come and visit in the US, and of course I visited Finland and so on. So it was.
We got a lot quieter now. Like a more suburban neighborhood with single family homes, it looks like.
Yeah, this is sort of a mix. I think many of these houses have been here a long time, but there's also new one-family homes that have been constructed over there. So it's a bit of a mix, but certainly more people going to move on this island.
Have these trails always just been here? Like these kinds of walking, biking trails?
I think this island used to be, I think the wealthy people from downtown Helsinki in the summer would take boats, and there used to be villas here, so they had their summer homes here. Now most of the old villas have either burned down or been torn down.
So how far do you live from here?
Not far at all. It's just maybe 5-10 minute bike ride that way. There's a long uphill, so that makes it long going by bike in time, but it's not far.
Okay.
It's just totally close. This is our backyard, basically, this area here.
It's a pretty nice backyard.
It's really nice. It's super nice. I guess one thing that helps me keep my sort of perspective is that I still get quite a few emails from readers who read my book. And I just, for example, received an email from this lady in the US, and when she had read it, she felt so much relief that she realized that when she had had, I think she said maybe she had had 4 children, but that she had struggled so much with arranging her family life, and she had always felt so anxious and bad about it. And after reading my book, she sort of felt like, oh, there's an explanation for this, that it's not just my fault. And then she said she had gifted the book to her daughter, who now has a child and is also struggling a lot. And I just wrote back to her and said that, well, of course, I'm sad to hear that they're struggling, but I'm happy to hear that the book helped a little, because I think a lot of people in the US are in their bubble. There's such a strong individualistic idea that if you're having a hard time, it's your fault, because you can change it, just do it. Other people are doing it. And then when people read the book and kind of get a sense of how it's organized in the Nordic countries, they're like, oh wow, the government could make it easier for me.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to be covered for the basics, not feel
Exactly.
not have to feel like this overwhelming sense of dread, thinking, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get injured or sick.
Exactly.
Because I might end up medically bankrupt as a result, because I'm not carrying health insurance right now.
Yeah. And I don't want to diminish the problems people have in Finland. The current government is cutting our social benefits quite a bit, cash benefits, benefits to help you pay the rent, subsidies like that. So I think a lot of people are really struggling to make ends meet. But even so, mostly you can trust that you have a roof over your head, your children can still go to a good school, your children will still have access to daycare, because if you don't have income, then you don't have to pay anything for it, and it's free, and so on. So the basics are there.
Do you think you'll ever go back to live in the U.S. for a little bit, like for your daughter at all, or do you think here is
Yeah, I
permanently
definitely
home?
would like to. I mean, that is my sort of thinking, that I would like my daughter to be able to go to school in the US for a year or two and experience the life in the US as well. But we'll see. We don't have any clear plan on doing that, and we'll see how that's feasible. But I would. I really would like her to get that experience too.
I just feel like it's hard to find places like this in the U.S. Maybe in Oregon, I think, or some parts of Washington, you know, but definitely not like in New York, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think Maine is, if you compare nature and sort of, Maine is very similar, but I always feel like Maine is like Finland, but a little grander, you know. We don't really have tides here, and they have, of course, huge tides. And the rocks are a little bigger, and the sea is rougher, but most of the plants are the same. Like there may be a little variation, but it looks a lot like Finland. But then the difference, of course, in a way is, if you're in a national park there, then you have access to hiking paths and so on. But the one thing I really appreciate about Finland is that most of the cities and areas are planned in a way that everybody has access to all the beautiful spots, that it's not all sort of private land and you can't go to the beach because it's somebody's private property. Which happens a lot, I think, in the US.
So what's your take on this whole reputation that you've been building up here as a country, as the happiest country in the world?
I think a lot of it is about feeling like the basics are covered. You don't have to be super anxious all the time about basics in life. You can pursue the kind of education you want, the profession you want, without thinking about, can I pay for it? Am I going to have huge student loans? Are my parents going to pay for it? Do my parents accept it if they pay for it? So I think you have more of a sense of control over your own life and the choices you can make. And to me, that seems to be the reason why Finns do so well on these studies. But it's not necessarily, if you come to Finland expecting to see a lot of really happy people, I don't know if you're going to find them. And I also do want to say that I also have met people from other countries who have moved here, and they've been very disappointed. It's very different, for example, from the US, where when I was living in the US, I was always amazed how people would invite us to dinner parties that we just met, and then we might never see them again. But like, it was okay. It was this sort of easygoing social aspect. It was easy to feel like people were inviting you in and they were interested in you and chatting with you, even if you didn't develop very deep friendships. But in Finland, I think people feel like that's sort of superficial often, and people stick to their really good friends for a long time. But it can be very hard for an outsider to come in. And so I always try to say to people, if they approach me about my book, that I wish more countries would have similar arrangements as the Nordic countries do, that they would actually arrange their societies more to provide vital social benefits. I think every country should do this. This is my opinion, but I don't think the problem is solved by people moving to Finland, because then there's other aspects of Finland that probably can be very difficult for an outsider.
We've all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, in Finland, it feels like they've taken that old proverb to heart, baking the idea into the very core of their social system. I wanted to get a better sense of what that actually looks like in practice. So I took a short train ride out of Helsinki to the city of Espoo and met with Aleksi Lina, a fellow YouTube creator and coincidentally a new dad himself, to find out.
We're not we are in the capital area, but you don't really have to live in the downtowns to have like these nice services available, like of nature and sports stuff. And so I think in that sense that's like a good tax money again, or tax money well spent. Especially when you have like family and kids, you can also provide the same for your family members.
I imagine that you get some, tax credits for having a family or having children, anything like that, or no?
Yeah, not directly, but we have a tax-free child benefit.
Okay.
So when you have kids, for example, from my son, we get 126 euros a month.
Okay.
And of course, then if you have more kids, then you get a little bit extra for each kid.
So that's just mailed as a check to you?
Oh, no, it's directly to the bank
oh,
account.
it goes straight.
Yeah,
it's
we
direct
don't
deposit
do
into your
checks.
one.
We don't do any checks. Like that's actually a funny thing. Like I don't know how many, but during my time, I've never seen a live check.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long is paternity leave here?
They just recently updated the system. So at the moment, when a child is born, both of the parents can take a total of 160 days of leave. So that's like 6 months, around 6 to 7 months. And also the mom who gives birth has like 40 extra on top of it.
Okay, so like 200 days for the mother.
Yes. And then you can also transfer some of the days to the other parent if you want to kind of be flexible on it.
Okay.
And this new update allows also dads to have more, because it used to be a little bit different, and there was just a news and a research of this update that the amount of people who have taken, or dads taking paternity leave, had gone up from 18% to 25% in just 1 year.
Okay, wow.
So it kind of makes it easier for dads to take the paternity leave, and it's also paid paternity leave. So you get paid to spend time with your children.
So there's no reduction in your salary for that. It's the same.
Yes, there is. So it's not similar to the salary because it comes with the social security system. But basically, the more you earn, the more you get also the paternity money.
Okay.
But there are some employers who can be so generous that they will just pay the full salary during. But that's not by default.
Okay.
We have also a lot of these daycares. After you've had your leaves, you can have your children go to the daycare, which is also subsidized by taxpayers. It's not free, but its maximum pay is around 300 euros a month, and it depends on your income. So if you're not earning much, then it can be free, but if you make enough money, then you also pay for it.
Okay. So for you and your girlfriend, her maternity leave and then your paternity leave, you guys could conceivably figure out a way to just have a full year where you're able to take care of your son. Like she splits half and then you split the other half of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, some parents like to do it that, for example, the mother takes the whole leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's also more common, but now because there are also some dads who want to have the leave, and also my honest opinion, I maybe would have preferred to have maybe a little bit less leave than until the end of the year. But my girlfriend told that because she's been now almost a year at home, and she told that she wants to change, she wants to go back to work.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I thought like, sure, no problem. So yeah, but this is like a good time to slow down a little bit and also think of like what I want from life, and the fact that I don't have any hurry when I wake up. I can just have breakfast with my family and take my dog also out and have these walks with my son without having to worry any about work-related stuff, and I still get money every month. So yeah, I think it's also an opportunity to do some like introspection of life.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective, because I think oftentimes the argument in countries where there isn't so much of a social safety net is that people will become lazy.
Yeah, and actually interesting that you brought that up, because that's also often on the debate in the politics. And it's a fact that in Finland there are a number of people who just live off the social security. I don't know how easy it is, but it's not too difficult to do that. And then eventually you just end up in this loop where it's difficult to get out. Getting a job will become more difficult, because on your CVs and everything, people like question like, hey, what's this been? And so it's like a vicious cycle for some, at least for me now, because I have a job and also the YouTube business, and now I can have like the small break from it and kind of take it a little bit easy and also live the life, because if you have like a job or a business, then most of the time of your day you'll be working.
In Finland, happiness isn't an emotion that's outwardly expressed. Rather, it's quietly felt through this sense of comfort that everything is probably going to be okay.
You know, I think people are more or less quite content with their lives.
Yeah.
As it is now.
Yeah, would you say that's a more accurate way to describe the people here in the culture? Is content? Because happiness feels like a strong word, right? Like happiness feels like you're smiling all the time and you're like super excited about things, but I think being content is maybe a little bit more aspirational to chase after.
Exactly, because if you look at the people here, they usually have the Finnish smile, looks like this. So is that the happiness people are looking for? I don't know, but that's the thing, because we are not really super expressive, or we don't express emotions quite easily. That's usually kind of one of the things that make people or get them confused, like what is this, like where's the happiness? Mm-hmm. But it's maybe more like an underlying thing that you can wake up in the morning and have a cup of coffee and make breakfast and maybe read the news and go out without the fear of getting stabbed or mugged, and you can take a bus to the work and you get paid, you can trust this everyday system, there's not big corruption here, not much scams or pickpockets, you know, these kind of things are quite well here. Mm-hmm. So I think it's maybe tied to that.
This is how I'm gonna get certified.
Yes.
This is Tommy Valtteri. And when we met, he was on a mission.
I'm trying to shoot a three-pointer to literally every hoop in Helsinki. And this is the 4th summer that I'm doing this. And this summer, I think that I'll finalize this one.
Tommy had done the math. He researched that Helsinki had exactly 678 hoops spread across town. And on this particular day, he and I had hoops 648, 649, 650, and 651 dead in our sights.
Currently I have 19 hoops in the map.
All right.
Left. So after today, maybe 15 or something. So we're closing in. One of the rules is that if there's a 3-point line, you use it. But in practice, maybe I would say that 90% of basketball courts or places where there's a basketball hoop don't have a 3-point line. Then we will have to measure NBA 3-pointer. And for that,
you got like measuring tape or something, man?
Of course I have. This is a serious This is a serious project. Then we'll mark the place where we shoot with this one. So here, 7 meters, 24 centimeters. This is normally the part when I'm doing it by myself that people start to think that what is wrong with this dude? Normally I'm shooting like this. So it's a bit easier maybe to film it, but sometimes it can be that there are some obstacles, some kind of a tree or whatever, that you have to shoot it from an angle, or you have to shoot it like this, granny style, whatever.
Oh, Rick Barry style.
We'll do it any style that is necessary. But this one is an easy one in that sense. No trees, no obstacles. We'll just shoot.
You get any warm-up shots in first, or you just go?
We'll just get going. And one of the running jokes of this project is that I'm shooting it ekalla, with the first shot. In practice, it means that I might have some practice shots before I start to really shoot, and then Ekola is the first one that goes. so you need to remember Ekola.
Okay.
The first cry.
So what drives a man to embark on an ambitious project like this?
It was 2021 when I was at some place that had a hoop, and it was the Corona years.
Mhm.
The gyms were closed, and I didn't have any kind of basketball in my life. It was a bit sad in that way, and I had some issues with my knee as well, and I needed some exercise. And then I thought that how many hoops there are in Helsinki? But could I shoot a 3-pointer to every one of those? I thought that maybe 400 at max. Now it's almost 700. So I was I was way off, but still I think that I can. But maybe it has taken a bit more time than I initially thought.
Have they built more hoops too? Since you started the project,
yes,
so then you're having to add.
Yes, they're building more just to with me. Practice shot.
Oh!
Ekola with the first one.
Time to get my shots up. Let's see what happens.
No warm-ups.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Closing in. Seeing it. It takes. Yes? Yes? Ekola! Kyllä!
Now what? We're gonna have an audience for this?
Yes, this will be amazing. I don't know if I can handle the pressure.
I know
Let's
there's
see.
gonna be too much
Let's
pressure because we have an audience. How many shots will it take us to make a 3-pointer?
7. 5.
Okay. How many you think?
4.
4?
I think
6?
5. I think 7.
7?
I think 5.
8?
So the consensus is around 6 or 7. Okay.
Man,
hyvä paikka?
you guys didn't see my first shot. It took me like 30 times.
Yeah, but now you're all warmed up. No niin, katsotaan monta menee. Ei ollut siellä päinkään.
Oh!
Yes!
I think I can make this in one.
Spoiler alert, I did not.
Oi! Sitten on seuraavat korit.
Missä tää tyyppi
Vieressä.
on ihan
Joo,
kauhea?
minä heitän se.
Voimme saada...
Ekola! Okay, now it's yours.
Oh gosh, now I have to like make it in one try. Can I do it?
I think 2.
There we go! Our business is booming.
Yeah!
Crowd goes wild.
Hey guys, I have a question for you. Well, first of all, do you know that your country is considered the happiest country in the world? Finland. So I wanted to ask, are you guys happy?
Yes.
Are you happy living here?
Yes.
What
But
makes
I hate spiders in here.
What makes you happy?
My family! Horses. Horses. My dog Willy.
Your dog.
My cat that had 4 days ago 2 pets.
What do you guys want to say to everybody in America?
Please subscribe! Subscribe him! Subscribe! Subscribe! Well done! Subscribe! No one say.
Going into the woods. This is the next hoop.
Come to Finland to shoot the worst hoop in Northern Europe.
This might be the worst hoop in the world.
I think that it is. It has been there for a while, and it has not maintained. This hoop has not been under maintenance in a while. Yeah, okay, but now we need to measure. There we go. Oh. It might fall.
I know, the hoop might break. Hey, you got it! Yes! It was perfect.
Oh, I was a bit worried. All right, now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Swish. Oh. Close.
There you go.
Ekalla. Yes. Well done.
I was losing faith, honestly. I was losing faith that I wasn't gonna make that shot.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Weird but fun.
It was strange, but we made it happen.
Yeah, this was hoop to remember.
Yes.
I can say.
Or to forget. Let's never come back here again.
Now, you might be wondering, what does Tommy's project have anything to do with this deep dive into happiness in Finland? And the answer is a lot. Because you see, Tommy has a full-time job plus a family to take care of. And yet, with all those responsibilities, he lives in a country that affords him the time and space to pursue hobbies and side quests like this that bring a little extra joy into his life.
This was maybe the worst hoop that I've shot in Helsinki, but even the worst hoop in Helsinki is a nice hoop if you have company to shoot with. I'm not just kissing ass.
And that is the key to happiness in Finland.
I think, how about we just leave the car here?
Okay.
I think this is the cottage.
Finns love to be outside. And there's no better place to enjoy everything that nature has to offer than at a summer cottage in the Finnish countryside. I'm with Pauliina Seppälä again, who was kind enough to connect me with Jouko Laurila and Mia Martini, a couple who spend long, uninterrupted stretches of the year in their cottage just outside of Helsinki.
How are you?
Good, thank you. And how are you?
Good. Thank you for inviting us over.
Yeah, you're welcome. My name is Jouko.
Jouko and Mia are a pretty eclectic couple. Jouko worked as a doctor for many years before deciding to retire early.
I'm 63 and my retirement age would be 65, but it was possible to. I was working in Oulu University and that was a bit difficult trip to go like weekly or almost weekly there, and so I decided that I retire. I'm still working something else and I have a couple startups and these kind of things, but not this old project anymore. I used to be there 5 years.
Mia, meanwhile, describes herself these days as a visual designer, but really she's a jack of all trades.
I was founder of Helsinki African Film Festival, book publishing company Nemo, and also I've been in technology, like 25 years in artificial intelligence. No one remembers what I do because I'm like always, I can't.
You do a lot of everything. Really.
Yeah. In these days, you cannot even build this close to the water. No, we can't. Yeah. So we're happy this is so.
Yeah.
So we come from the sauna like right away to the water to swim, and we can hear everything that happens in the sea.
We are no professional builders, but we have some friends who were helped us, and of course professionals made the roof and the windows and these kind of things, but then like painting and
designing, planning the whole thing was ours.
This is the sauna.
This is the wooden sauna, and we almost every day warm the sauna.
What time do you start warming it usually?
It takes like an hour altogether to warm it, and sometimes we do even morning sauna, and sometimes day sauna, and sometimes night sauna, and it's just so lovely. It's so different than an electric sauna, because electric sauna is so dry, but here you can really breathe, and these stones get hot, and then we throw water on them and to get the wonderful steam, which is called löyly, and we can go to the water, swim there, come back to the sauna and do it several times.
That's the water tank, and when we heat it up and the stones are hot, it also warms this one because we only have cold water here. So the blue is cold and the red one is hot water.
Oh, okay.
No shower, as you see.
Yeah, because these are the showers.
And then the sink.
This is Cinderella, which means a burning toilet.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like a coffee filter, this paper that goes there. Like there is now
So you
one.
line it first before you do
Yes.
before you do your business.
Yes.
Okay.
So now it's there, and then you do your business, and then you just push the button, and that's it. And in the end, here there is it becomes like ash, and then you can use it for your garden or your woods or whatever.
Okay, so it turns into compost.
Yes. So here is then the guest room. And this is where we go every summer, Midnight Sun Film Festival in Lapland. Have you heard about it?
Mm-mm.
It is the greatest film festival in the whole earth. There's like, I don't know, maybe 50,000 people who come to Sodankylä in Lapland, in like northern Finland, in Midnight Sun season. And we have like 24 hours a day for 5 days, films from all over the world. Go there. So this is our master bedroom.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And maybe not so many insects because of the sea and the wind.
We have no insects.
Our cottage is so full of these mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And that really restricts how we can spend time there.
It's true.
This summer, the early summer was quite rainy, and really the first time we actually had sun, but otherwise this wind blows them away.
Yeah.
Should we go in the woods?
Maybe, if you want.
Yeah, sure.
This is a wonderful area, by the way. Just the rock. As you know, that Finland is like the steadiest countries in the world because we have this rock that is like
no earthquakes.
Never earthquakes or anything.
Maybe you already know there's this everyman's right that you can go to anybody's wood and pick berries and pick mushrooms, not take trees or cut twigs out of trees, but you can camp, but you cannot make a fire without the permission of the landowner, but otherwise you can go anywhere. And you don't need to know that who owns what, because so long you don't go to anybody's yard, you are free to wander around.
Now, are there any predators out here?
Of course, we have wolves, and we have bears, and we have what is this lynx? This wild cat, bobcat, is it?
Bobcats probably are the nature, but I've never seen
Nobody ever
those.
sees them. We see the marks in wintertime in the snow here. We haven't seen a bear prints, but there have been a bear like in this area also, and they have people who are here like in wintertime who live here. They see the
But lots of
lynx.
moose. I would say that almost once a week I see a moose if I go by myself in the woods.
Yeah.
When there are too many people, then we usually talk with each other.
Yeah,
and they go
there's
away.
too
But
much of noise.
Otherwise, if I'm just by myself, there might be a moose.
So you guys sometimes go on your own,
yeah,
or with each other. It's not always like a couples thing that you do to come out
we
here
go
in the nature.
alone quite a lot also, and we really enjoy it. And it's fun when people from the cities, like myself, they might ask me, "Aren't you afraid there alone?" Like being there in the summer cottage, because Jouko has been working at the Oulu University, which is like there in Lapland, and he might go there for several days a week or even almost a week, and I'm here alone, and I'm not at all afraid. I just feel this inner peace that I can't find anywhere else.
All you really have to do is just look down and you can find something to pick, right?
Like you can see, there are lots of lingonberries and blueberries all over, all the time.
This is not really a good spot. There probably are better spots way ahead, but this is the like half automatic way to pick them.
Okay.
The mushrooms are rated from those that are edible from 1 to 3, and this yellow 1 to yellow hapero is 3-star mushroom. That is quite splendid.
Now I think our sauna is about to be ready. Can you smell this?
Yeah, I smell the smoke.
Yeah.
Saturday is the traditional sauna day because people tended to heat up sauna on Saturdays and wash themselves for Sunday. And in many cases, old days, only once a week sauna was heated on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. What's like the maintenance on this place, on the sauna itself, like in terms of keeping it clean and making sure that it doesn't fall apart too soon?
I would say maybe like once a month wash this thoroughly and clean the floor and take this wooden stuff out and wash them with hose so that they are clean. But it's not really that big issue. Ashes are the ones that if you heat it up regularly, then you have to remember to empty the ashtray.
Mm-hmm.
Are you about ready to go swimming?
Yeah, I can go in.
Yeah.
That's refreshing. When you're in a public sauna, are you the type of person who will strike up a conversation with someone?
Small talk is very scarce in here. We don't really just talk because it's good to talk, but there should be some reason to talk about something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, how are you is not Yeah, I'm doing fine. How about you? I'm gonna really tell you how I'm doing.
Exactly.
I'll put it one more and then we can go.
Here you are.
Thank you.
And I want to hear how it was. What are the things that you added?
It's very simple.
But I first want to taste it before you tell.
I think I never had Philippine food in my life before. This is the first time ever. This is a big day.
Me neither, I think. I'm very happy to welcome you here, and having had you as our guests, it's been wonderful because it's nice to change views and cultures, and this wine is excellent.
And get to know new people.
Yeah.
New societies and new cultures and so on.
And actually we say in Finnish, kippis.
Kippis?
Kippis.
And the same thing to you, what you just said. Thank you for inviting us. And it's been really great for me to meet new people, in a way, new people, and go foraging and all that. Oh no! This is the first time.
Now you noticed the camera was on you.
Yeah, no, I just saw it.
Thank you so much, for having us here. I like being able to show people a slice of life in different places and show that there's another way to see the world beyond just the typical tourist attractions. And that if you lean into your curiosity about others and people, that you might wind up finding yourself having dinner in the Finnish countryside.
Think Finland, you think sauna. Like tacos in Mexico or anime in Japan, sauna is a source of pride and identity in Finland. Just how essential is sauna to Finns? Well, from cottages in the countryside to urban apartments in the city, there are an estimated 3 million saunas in this country of only 5.6 million people. 5 of them can be found here at Alas Pool, a seaside bathhouse located in the heart of Helsinki.
This particular sauna room is amazing. You have this beautiful view of the sea right in front of you.
It was here that I met with Anna Talasniemi, a doctoral student in art education at the University of Jyväskylä. The focus of her studies was on the culture of sauna in Finland.
I could say that I'm a sauna enthusiast whose sauna hobby has gone quite severe.
Like most Finns, Anna grew up with sauna as a constant presence in her life. When she became an adult, she got more curious about sauna's role in Finnish culture.
Quite many Finns think that the Finns invented the sauna, but of course there has been different kind of bathing traditions, different kind of sauna traditions, I think all over the world. But in this area, in Finland, the Baltic countries, in Russia, and also larger areas in whole Europe, I think there has been different kind of sauna traditions.
for ages. Nowadays, if we think of the traditional old saunas, those were smoke saunas, which means that there were no chimney. They are log houses without chimney, so when you heat it, there is lots of smoke inside. If you ask a Finn that what's your most favorite sauna, well, some might say smoke sauna, but quite often it's this wood-heated sauna which has a chimney in a summer house by the sea. But in Finland, I think Finland might be the country, I think, where there's most saunas. There are no more saunas in any other country compared to the number of the people.
Then around 2019, she participated in a training that centered around traditional methods of healing using sauna.
In this traditional sauna healing, we were learning like the different purposes. You can use different trees. So it might be maples or oak, and also we were singing in the sauna these traditional songs, and it was totally new for me, even though having sauna for all my life.
Really?
So that was something, and if you want to experience this, you can, well, it's not in Helsinki, but not far away from here. It's called Sibon perinnesauna, where you can also have this like a healing ceremony or sauna.
Most people, where I'm from, in the States, often think about sauna in terms of like a fitness related thing.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, you want to get your heart rate up, you get your blood pumping. But then here, that's important, but there's also this emphasis on it being a gathering place for people to connect and communicate with each other.
That's definitely one part, and if thinking of the cultural meanings of the sauna, there are in fact quite many meanings for people, and definitely I think many people think also that it's healthy. There's also this tradition and history of sauna being the place for healing, kind of a hospital, but always it has been not a place of physical cleaning only, but of a spiritual cleaning, and that's also the meaning which strongly exists nowadays still. Often people talk of how they leave their worries in the sauna, and this happens both when you go there alone, and there is this kind of a tradition of sauna being very like a silent and solitary place, but also this like a socialness of saunas, and that's of course also part of being healthy.
Right, like the mental health side of things. How would you say sauna makes you happier as a person?
Even though I really enjoy this social sauna as well, and talking with people and finding new friends, I think mostly I like really the quietness and like being, it's really like strong relaxation. That's definitely what it is for me.
Helisto might just be the most interesting man in Helsinki.
When I was younger, I was also a musician myself. Then I was a DJ for 10 years in one local radio station.
I read somewhere you were an actor too?
No, actually, I was producing some films.
Okay.
And then I've been showing my face also there in some films, but not an actor. I know there is some mistakes in some Wikipedia or somewhere. I should change it, but any publicity is good publicity. I could be a good actor also, you never know.
Right. These days, he might be best known as the godfather of sauna in Helsinki, where he serves as the operator of Uusi Sauna, located in the city's Jätkäsaari neighborhood.
The concept of this place is that it's like this is a restaurant where you can go also to sauna. You walk in. You don't need to make any reservation. We have good bar here, we have good kitchen. You can come here without taking a sauna, or then you can go to sauna. So in this area, sauna people and other people are nicely mixed. Some are with towels, some are with bathrobes, some are with the normal clothes.
Kimo's sauna career began in the 90s in a squat house in Helsinki. Squat houses are exactly what you might think they are: abandoned or unused properties occupied by people who don't have any formal rights to be there. Squat houses were quite common to find in European cities during this time, and in many cases, they became hubs for the kinds of countercultural communities that Kimmo was a part of.
With my friends, we had weekly club with some DJs and some performing artists and sauna, because in that location we had really good big sauna too. And that was quite underground, and we did it almost 5 years, every Tuesday, except on July's. And then in the end of '99, that house was taken down and something new came there.
But when one door closes, another opens. Through other counterculture clubs in Helsinki, Kimmo met Stefan Lindfors, a Finnish designer, filmmaker, and sculptor who happened to have an ongoing exhibit in New York.
He had some contacts to one hotel there in Manhattan. That time the hotel was called Hotel Gershwin. And there we built really good, quite big tent sauna and some stage for the DJs and bands and bar. It was really great. When I saw how these local guys, little bit like you, came there and their mind blew when they had the sauna and all the things we had there going on. And there I understood that what the sauna is a quite nice thing. To do also something else that only wash yourself and a little bit lie there.
Yeah.
For the next 15 years, Kimmo hosted sauna events in New York and all around Europe. During this period, he also became acquainted with Sauna Aula, one of Helsinki's oldest saunas that originally opened way back in 1929.
There were only few people, like elder people coming. It was open only three days a week. Somehow I fell in love with that place. It was so original. It was really like forgotten, this kind of, how do you call it, this kind of time capsule from the past.
Kimmo became a friend and mentee of Jorma Grunlund, who had owned Sauna Aula since the 1970s. Over time, it became clear to Jorma that Kimmo would be his natural successor to keep the sauna going.
He was then maybe 75 when I met him for the first time. Then quite soon he asked that, hey, when do you want to take the sauna? I kind of got it 2006. Then I started little by little to do this Sauna Arla thing, and little by little, like hipsters from Kallio area found it quite popular actually. And because of that, these people who had been planning this project took contact to me.
Opening Uusi Sauna was part of a bigger urban plan meant to redevelop Jätkäsaari. For years, it served as Helsinki's main cargo port, and the hope was to transform it into a compact residential neighborhood.
There was originally some kind of international planning contest, how to make this kind of like new urban block. And group originally from Italy and Germany who won that contest. And they had idea also to have this kind of new public sauna. Somebody told them that, hey, maybe you could talk with this guy like me. I think the first meetings with these people were 2010, 2012, something like that. And then we opened 2018, October 2018.
And then the other place, you were still running that at the same time.
I was still running that, but yeah.
Until the war in Ukraine started.
Yeah. Before we had this Corona, COVID-18,
oh, yeah.
That was 2 years like a hell for me, because all the business was all the time like...
You had a lot going on, I mean, in terms of Corona, and then once Corona ends, then the war in Ukraine happens.
That's why I have been really burned out and in really bad shape, but now little by little, I'm a little bit better.
Coming back. So what's your earliest memory of sauna?
I think it was my grandparents' sauna in north of Finland, Kajaani, where my mother's grandparents has had their summer cottage from 30s, long time. And there I remember sauna, this kind of feeling that sauna room which is totally black. Originally it has been probably smoke sauna, but then I remember my grandmother and her like, not fat but big tits, and there I'm sitting at hers, how do you say, here?
Like her lap or something that.
Yeah. So I think that this is the first memory of sauna I have had. And here we have 3 saunas. Wooden heated sauna for women and the dressing rooms and the showers. Next, same way, wooden heated sauna for men. And here is the last one, like mixed sauna.
Okay.
And it's electric. In this mixed sauna, we have this kind of system that everybody has the swimming dress on, so not naked sauna. But those wooden heated saunas, sauna for men and sauna for women, at least most Finns go sauna naked.
Right.
But there, of course, you can also have your swimming dresses on.
So it's not required to go?
No. In some Finnish saunas you can't do it, and I think it's unfair because not everybody wants to be naked with other people.
Yeah.
Of course.
How does the sauna culture here differentiate from like other countries?
I have been many times in St. Petersburg earlier, and also in Estonia, where is also quite big sauna culture. But I never visited those saunas. If I remember correct, only sauna outside of Finland I've been visiting is there in New York. There in Manhattan there is this kind of 10th Street sauna, Turkish and Russian baths.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that? Have you heard about it?
I've been to like Hungarian baths in Budapest and Japan.
Okay. Yeah.
Bathhouse culture.
Yeah. So, but I think in Finland the sauna culture is just like that. That there are no rules. You stay there as long as you want, as long as it feels good. You make your own löyly, the steam. Before, if there are other people in the sauna, you ask, "Can I put some more?"
That's like the unofficial etiquette. You do that. You ask for permission before going.
Yeah, you should do, of course. Yeah. Okay, let's go to men's sauna. So here is now the heating going on. We have here about 50 dressing blockets. The heater. So the technique is that we do the heating as long as the stones are hot enough that they are really like red. And then we take the fire off, and then it's ready for the whole evening after we close the chimney.
So these are all wood. This is wood burning.
Yeah, wooden pellets.
Wooden pellets. Okay.
You see, they are going automatically over there, and over there where is the women's sauna.
Okay.
I've been noticing that everywhere people are interested about saunas. And sauna, it is the only really original thing you can find here in Finland. Nowadays all the cities, they are the same. They have same restaurants, same McDonald's, same clothes shops. But what you don't have saunas like we have. And I've seen, at least here, also there in Sauna Arla, that more and more there are this kind of sauna tourists who comes to Finland for 4 days, and then they go.
They go to all the different saunas in the city.
Yeah.
They go and have like an itinerary where they come here. Maybe they'll go over to like Oulu and then.
It's so beautiful to see those Japanese tourists Again today at 4 o'clock when we're gonna open, there is this kind of two like 30-year-old girl and boy from Japan waiting to come to sauna. And they probably spend here in Helsinki 3 days and they go all the saunas they can. So cute. It's great.
Yeah.
And then this is sauna for women. It's a little bit smaller, about 40 lockers. There are more men customers than women. I always wonder why it is, but so it is. And this it's a little bit different. This is actually more nice. And to be honest, also a little bit better than the sauna for men. Because the room is a little bit smaller, the design of the bench is a little bit different. It's more nice. But same kind of heater here also.
Okay.
So when the stones, they are about 600 Celsius.
600 Celsius. Okay.
Yeah, when it's ready. I use ceramic stones because they last a little bit longer than natural stones.
How often do you need to replace them?
At least once a year.
Oh, once a year.
It could be good to do it a little bit more often, but in this place where we are not at the seaside or lakeside, July is the most silent time for sauna business.
Is that just because people are out of Helsinki or on vacation?
Not only that, but because it's so hot.
Oh yes.
So when it's hot, people don't understand that if you would come to sauna, after that you don't feel the hotness same way. It refreshes so much. But anyway, when it's hot, people don't come to sauna if they can't go to swim during their sauna session.
Right.
So the best season for us is always winter time.
Mm-hmm.
Best month of the year is December, because it's really like traditional in Finland to have a Christmas sauna.
Okay. So what do you think about this reputation that you guys have as the happiest country in the world?
I'm a little bit wondering actually at how it is done, because even this is like now being really positive about Finland and Helsinki. It's anyway quite depressive. We have long winter and Finland is anyway quite conservative. My answer to this that why we are the happiest country of the world, that I think they make the research this way, that they ask us if we think are you happy or not, because Finns don't know any better. I don't know. But there are also things which are quite nicely made, like our public school, also our public health care, even those both, also our school and also our health care is maybe in some kind of crisis right now, at least economically. But anyway, I trust this Finnish public school and health care, and we Finns, like you just told before, we trust our government and our system somehow, probably a little bit more than other Europeans.
We have come to the end. The big question that I had for myself prior to arriving here: would you be happier in the quote-unquote happiest country in the world? The answer to that question is unequivocally, yeah. I am actually happier than I was before I got here. But why was I happier? Looking back, I think it boiled down to one key concept: accessibility. So they have this farmers market, crafts fair set up here, basically 6 out of 7 days a week.
this where I'm walking around. This amusement park is free to access. You don't have to pay at all to come in here. You have to pay for tickets to get on the rides, but admission into this park is totally for free. So one thing I've noticed is that the flats, the apartments here are built circularly around like this community space. Usually a large park with a soccer field, playground, benches, spaces for people to sit and commune together. It's very different than what I'm accustomed to when I see dense urban housing in the United States.
Now, does Finland have its problems? Sure it does. It's a country that isn't always receptive to non-Nordic people, and also their heritage social safety net has been shrinking in recent years. But I will say that being here in Finland, it has been one of the most absolutely delightful slow travel trips I've ever taken. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I came. And I feel better for it. Thanks so much for watching my documentary, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to World of Nuance here on YouTube and on Substack to continue supporting my work. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy checking out one of these stories on World of Nuance too.